Y'all ever stop and realize the Peanuts movie pulled in over $246 million worldwide, while a bunch of Hollywood suits were betting it would flop harder than a cafeteria tray on Spaghetti Day? Yeah, that quiet little movie about a bald kid and his wild dog went and cashed a massive check. What is up, bright English fam? If you are new here, welcome to the channel where we talk movies like real Americans at a backyard barbecue. No textbook vibes, no boring lecture energy, just straight talk slang and big feelings. Today, we are going full send on the Peanuts movie, and I promise you most people get this movie completely wrong. Let me set the scene. Picture the United States in 2015. Superhero movies were everywhere. Explosions every 5 minutes, talking raccoons with guns, and then Blue Sky Studios drops a movie about a kid who cannot even fly a kite. On paper, that sounds like box office suicide, but here's the twist. The Peanuts movie was never trying to be loud. It was trying to be honest. And that honesty is why it still slaps. All right, let us get into the 4 big secrets about the Peanuts movie that almost everybody misses. Secret number 1, this movie is a masterclass in American anxiety disguised as a cartoon. People look at Charlie Brown and think, oh, that is just a sad sack who loses all the time. Nah, that dude is a legend. Think about the average day in the United States. You wake up to alarms. You scroll bad news. You go to school or work and try not to embarrass yourself. You shoot your shot and sometimes you airball. Charlie Brown is that experience in a yellow zigzag shirt. He tries to kick the football knowing Lucy will pull it away. He talks to the little red-haired girl knowing his brain will short circuit. He enters the talent show knowing he will probably bomb. And he does it anyway. That is not loser behavior. That is courage with a side of awkward. Most American movies tell you to grind until you win the championship. The Peanuts movie says, hey, maybe you grind and you still finish last in the spelling bee. And you are still worthy. That message is rare. It is also kind of punk rock. In a culture that worships winning, it takes guts to say losing is part of the story. So when you feel like a total blockhead, remember Charlie Brown built a whole franchise on it. Secret number 2. Snoopy is the American dream with paws. While Charlie Brown is stuck in real life stressing about tests and snow days, Snoopy is out here living 10 lives before breakfast. He is a World War I flying ace. He is a best-selling novelist. He is Joe Cool leaning on the school wall. He is a figure skater. He is whatever he decides to be. That is not just comedy. That is commentary. The United States loves a reinvention story. We love the idea that you can be a farm kid today and a tech CEO tomorrow. Snoopy embodies that energy every 5 seconds. He does not ask for permission. He just climbs on top of his doghouse and decides the sky is his. And the movie never shames him for it. It celebrates it. So when people say Snoopy is just there for laughs, they miss the point. He is the dream space. He is what happens when you let your imagination go full throttle. Charlie Brown is the ground. Snoopy is the sky. You need both to fly. Secret number 3. The animation was a massive science experiment, and nobody talks about it enough. When the movie was announced, everyone freaked out. Do not ruin my childhood. Do not make Snoopy look like a plastic toy from a discount bin. Blue Sky heard the noise and said, bet. They built brand new tech just to keep the hand-drawn soul of Charles Schultz alive. Here is what they did. They told the computers to mess up on purpose. In 3D animation, the goal is usually smooth, smooth, smooth. These artists added wobble to the lines. They kept Charlie Brown squiggly when he walks. They made Snoopy twitch like he does in the comic strip. They even animated on 2s sometimes, which means they held frames to make it feel like classic 2D. That is unheard of. Studios do not spend millions to make things look imperfect. Blue Sky did. The result is a film that feels warm and handmade, even though it was built with supercomputers. That is respect. That is love for the source material. And it paid off. Kids who never saw a newspaper thought it looked cool. Grandparents who grew up on the comics felt at home. That is a bridge most reboots in the United States fall off of. Secret number 4. The little red-haired girl story is not about getting the crush. It is about how badly we see ourselves. Watch the movie again. Charlie Brown is convinced he is a total zero. He fails the test. He sets the school on fire with a model volcano. He cannot even say hi without turning into a human error message. But at the end, the little red-haired girl chooses him for the pen pal program. Why? Because she saw him help his sister. She saw him be honest when it counted. She saw him try when it was easier to quit. The movie is screaming a truth we all need. We are terrible narrators of our own lives. We keep a highlight reel of our L's and forget every W. Meanwhile, other people are noticing the good stuff we cannot see. That hits hard in the United States, where social media trains us to post the win and hide the struggle. Charlie Brown did the opposite. He wore his struggles like a badge and still got recognized. That is not just cute. That is a whole therapy session in 88 minutes. Now let me hit you with a relatable analogy, because that is how we do things at Bright English. Think of your life like a diner on Route 66. Charlie Brown is the waiter who spills coffee every shift. He drops plates, he mixes up orders, he is stressed, but he keeps showing up because the regulars love him. Snoopy is the short order cook in the back who pretends the grill is a spaceship and the pancakes are asteroids. He burns nothing. He flips food like a rock star. The diner only works if both of them clock in. If you are only Charlie Brown, you will burn out. If you're only Snoopy, you will never learn how to handle the breakfast rush. America runs on that combo. You dream big like Snoopy, and you keep pouring coffee like Charlie Brown even after you spill. Time for personal stake. Real talk. I was a certified Charlie Brown in high school. Same vibe. I tried out for the basketball team and airballed my first shot in front of the whole gym. I asked someone to homecoming, and my voice cracked into another dimension. I thought I was background character energy. Then I watched the Peanuts movie with my little cousin. I expected to be bored. Instead, I left the theater feeling like someone finally got it. The movie did not tell me to be perfect. It told me to be present, to keep trying, to let my inner Snoopy come out and dance when life feels heavy. That lesson carried me through college applications, job interviews, and every awkward first date. So, yeah. This movie is personal. Let us zoom out. Why does the Peanuts movie matter for an international audience? Because the United States exports a lot of culture. We send out superheroes and car chases and billion-dollar franchises, but we also send out Charlie Brown. And Charlie Brown is different. He is not a chosen one. He does not have powers. He does not get a training montage that fixes everything. He just keeps being a good dude. That is a version of America that does not always make the posters. It is quieter. It is softer. It is about decency over dominance. The world needs to see that side too. Here is another thing people get wrong. They think the movie is only for kids. Wrong. Watch it as an adult and it hits like a truck. You notice the background jokes. You notice the way the grown-ups sound like trombones because the movie respects kid perspective. You notice that the moral of the story is not be the best. The moral is be kind and keep going. That is grown-up wisdom. Let me throw one more hot take. Peppermint Patty is the most underrated character in the whole film. She is confident. She calls Charlie Brown Chuck and hypes him up even when he is a mess. She represents the friend we all need. The one who sees you when you cannot see yourself. In a country that can feel super competitive, we need more Peppermint Patty energy. All right, we have talked secrets. We have talked feelings. So what is the big debate question? Here it is. Is Charlie Brown the most courageous character in American animation? Or do we just love him because he makes our own failures feel less lonely? Think about it. Courage is not just punching villains. Sometimes courage is raising your hand in class when you are sure you will say the wrong thing. Sometimes courage is telling your crush you like them, even though your palms are sweating like a soda can in July. So, is Charlie Brown brave, or are we just coping? I want to know. Drop your take in the comments. Go full debate mode. Tag a friend who is Team Snoopy and tell them why Team Charlie Brown is the real deal. Or vice versa. I read every comment and I will pin the spiciest ones. If you are digging this kind of breakdown and you want more movie deep dives with real American slang and zero snooze energy, you need to subscribe to Bright English right now. We post every week. We keep it funny, we keep it wholesome, we keep it a little unhinged when the topic calls for it. Hit that subscribe button, smash the bell so you get the notification when we drop the next video. We have some wild stuff coming. Last thing. Share this video with that one friend who always says they are a failure. Send it to your cousin who thinks cartoons are just for kids. Post it on your story and tell people why Charlie Brown is low-key, the hero we need. The United States has a lot of loud voices. Let us make some noise for the quiet kid who never gives up. I am out. Go be a little Charlie Brown today. Go be a little Snoopy too. Dance like nobody's watching, even if you trip. Try the thing, fail the thing, try again. That is the Peanuts way. See you next time on Bright English. Subscribe and stay bright.